Battle through the firmament. Grand world. Chapter 339 Killing Intent. In the inner courtyard of Heavenly Peak, Xiaoyan looked at Zuna, who was lying on the bed. His eyes were filled with anxiety and helplessness. Just now, he had borrowed the strength of his soul. He carefully searched Zuna's body for a while, but he did not find any abnormalities. However, Xiaoyan's heart did not relax at all. Instead, it became even heavier. This kind of situation where no one knew where to start was the worst. Zuna's pretty face was pale and her beautiful eyes were tightly shut. Although her breathing was steady, there were no signs of her waking up. After checking her body, Xiaoyan didn't find any external injuries. Not even a trace of corpse qi was left on her body. Anxiety filled the room as Xiaoyan walked back and forth. He gritted his teeth. Now, even Zuna's condition was unclear. Even if he refined the medicine pill to cure the poison, he did not know what kind of medicine pill he should refine. Bastard! Xiaoyan clenched his fists tightly. His eyes were flickering with flames of anger. His irritated mood almost drove him crazy. In his heart, the hatred towards the Star Sky Academy was getting stronger and stronger. Dong! 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 Just as Xiaoyan was feeling irritated, someone knocked on the door. Xiaoyan took a deep breath and forced himself to calm down. He adjusted his mood and went forward to open the door. Outside the door, Kalen, Guyuan, and Zhu Kun were anxiously waiting. When they saw Xiaoyan, Guyuan was about to ask something, but Xiaoyan silently shook his head. Guyuan opened his mouth, but in the end, he could only helplessly sigh. Wu Shaoqi is here. She said she has something for you. Kalen looked at Zuna, who was in the room. Her eyes were filled with worry and her voice became listless. Wu Shaoqi. Xiaoyan frowned and then looked behind the three of them. Wu Shaoqi quietly stood there. With her originally lively character, she also felt the anger of Kalen and the others and did not laugh and speak anymore. Seeing Xiaoyan, Wu Shaoqi went forward and stretched out her hand. There was a purple sandalwood box in her hand. The box was very ancient, as if it had been through a long time. This is the medicine pill formula that the Dean occasionally obtained when he was adventuring outside. It is said that it can cure all poisons. The poison in Zuna's body. After considering her words, Wu Shaoqi carefully said. A trace of light flashed across Xiaoyan's eyes when he heard this. He did not have the time to thank her before he directly took it over. After which, he was startled. His expression was solemn as he thanked Wu Shaoqi. Wu Shaoqi waved her hand and laughed bitterly. This medicine pill is tier 6. Moreover, there is some bad news. The only elder in the academy who is able to refine the 6th grade medicine pill has gone out. It is unknown how long it will take for him to return. Grade 6. Xiaoyan was stunned. Then the radiance on his face instantly sank. The initial excitement was also gone. When he was checking on Zuna earlier, because he had advanced to the Emperor Realm, he could vaguely sense that as he advanced to the Emperor Realm, his soul energy had also increased. It seemed that he had already broken through to the late alien realm. Theoretically speaking, the soul of a peak alien realm was sufficient to refine 6th grade medicine pills. However, his soul had just advanced, so whether he could successfully refine it. Xiaoyan's confidence was not very high. The most crucial step, refining tier 6 and above medicine pills, required heaven cauldrons. He had 2 heaven cauldrons. One was the 5-day cauldron 9 Dragons Flame cauldron that Elder Yi had left behind, and the other was the 1-day cauldron, Blood Knight cauldron, which he had obtained in Star-Severing Mountain Range. The former was something that he did not need to consider. The latter could only be used after he advanced to the Emperor cultivation. He seemed to have all the requirements to refine 6th grade medicine pills, but when he thought about it carefully, it could be said that he did not have any. Gritting his teeth, Xiaoyan recovered his senses and opened the purple sandalwood box in his hand. A golden paper talisman lay quietly within it. The paper talisman seemed to be surrounded by a golden light. It made it so that there was no dust at all. After taking a look at the contents of the paper talisman, the bitter smile on Xiaoyan's face deepened, and he handed the paper talisman to Wu Shaoqi. Wu Shaoqi took the paper talisman. There was a large pile of words written on it. Almost all of them were the names of the medicinal ingredients. She did not know much about the medicinal ingredients. However, the name at the top caused her pretty face to change slightly. Emperor Cultivation Heavenly Beast's Blood Essence. Do I still need this to refine medicine pills? Wu Shaoqi pursed her lips and could not help but mutter. The blood essence of an Emperor Cultivation Heavenly Beast was something that even the Spirit Pavilion of Yunlo Academy didn't have. This kind of thing could no longer be described as precious. Kalen and the others also took the paper talisman over. When they saw the large pile of herbs on it, their expressions changed. Xiaoyan looked at them and smiled bitterly. The other medicinal ingredients on it are easy to find. Only the blood essence and spirit cleansing dew of Emperor Cultivation Heavenly Beast are hard to find. When he and Jade Fairy killed the Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast, he had absorbed all of the blood essence of the latter, leaving nothing behind. Now that he thought about it, Xiaoyan took a deep breath and remained silent for a moment. Suddenly, he said softly, "Is there any heaven cauldron in the pill gathering?" Heaven cauldron. Wu Shaoqi was stunned when she heard this. Then, she shook her head in embarrassment. She knew nothing about alchemy. She was even more clueless about this heaven cauldron. Seeing Xiaoyan fall into silence again, Wu Shaoqi pondered for a moment and suddenly said, "I can tell Grandpa that he will definitely find a way to help you. However, the whereabouts of Emperor Cultivation level heavenly beasts are uncertain, and it is not easy to find them." Xiaoyan frowned slightly when he heard this. Suddenly, his expression changed. Before he entered the illusory spirit space, he had fought Mahiyu in the outer mountains of the Yunlo Academy. It seemed like he had encountered an Emperor Cultivation level heavenly beast before. A trace of joy flashed across his eyes. Xiaoyan nodded and said, "Thank you." At this time, he needed many different types of strength. Just by relying on his own strength, he didn't know how long it would take for him to complete it. What he needed the most right now was time. Senior Marshal Sister Wu, can you contact Elder Xiao? After pondering for a moment, Xiaoyan looked at Wu Shaoqi. If he wanted to collect all the materials on the paper talisman, he didn't know how long it would take. What would Zuna's situation be like during this period of time? He did not have any guarantees and could only beg the elders. He wanted to see if there was any way. When he thought of this, Xiaoyan's heart ached. He deeply felt his own powerlessness. Sure. But when Elder Su and I went to get the medicine pill formula, he told me to let you go to the technique imparting square to find him later. Wu Shaoqi nodded her head and thought for a moment. Elder Su. A trace of doubt flashed across Xiaoyan's eyes when he heard that. He had seen this guy a few times, and it gave him a vague feeling of hostility, which was extremely unfathomable. All right, I'll be right there. Senior sister, you don't need to contact Elder Xiao anymore. After saying that, Xiaoyan nodded at Kalen and the other two. He stretched out his hand and a ball of flame condensed on his palm, turning into a Xiaoyi. Placing the Xiaoyi in Kalen's hand, Xiaoyan softly said, "There is no time to delay. I will go and collect these medicinal herbs. All of you look after Zuna. If there is anything, just tell the Xiaoyi. I will immediately know if my thoughts are linked to his." The few of them also understood Xiaoyan's anxious mood at this moment. They all nodded silently. Guyuan said in a deep voice, "Xiaoyan, Zuna will be relying on you." Xiaoyan nodded vigorously. "Father, don't worry. Zuna will definitely be fine." As he spoke, Xiaoyan swallowed a fire wings pill. As the origin key vibrated, a fire wings had already formed on his back. As the fire wings whistled, Xiaoyan had already soared into the sky and rushed towards the direction of the technique imparting square. How can he fly? Wu Shaoqi widened her eyes and cried out in surprise. Kalen did not say anything and hurriedly entered the room to take care of Zuna. Guyuan sighed and Zhu Kun also remained silent. As they watched Xiaoyan's back as he left in a hurry, the few of them seemed to be able to feel the latter's burning heart. Bastard of Star Sky Academy. This debt must be settled no matter what. The fire wings on his back flapped. Xiaoyan's body was like a thunderclap as he flew towards the Technique Plaza. Endless fury had already emerged in his eyes. Veins were bulging on his neck. This time, he had completely decided to kill this Star Sky Academy whom he had never met before. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.